So coming to my topic on aura and chakra to demonstrate. So the thing is that what is aura? A good question, right? Okay. Energy field around your body, physical body. Good. And do you know how large it is? But there's a standard size, 70 meters. 70 meters. There's no answer. I just want you to pep me up while I'm working. Okay. Come help me out on setting this up. The aura and chakra is a very, very interesting subject and very ancient as Bharat Desh or India. And what we see matter, the physicality of our body, energy is much, much beyond it. Okay. The pranic healers, the Reiki people do measure it, but then until now, recently, we didn't have any gadgets to accurately show your aura and chakra. They are experimenting a lot from the dowsing rods, the L rods, the crystal rods, or the electronic ones, or the Kirlian photography. Kirlian photography is something which has been again invented by a Russian, and then it was given accurate information. So aura by itself is an energy field surrounding us, just like an eggshell which protects our energy field, our own body, just like an egg. The egg and the transparent portion which we can't get to see, but you can feel it, but the yellow portion, think yellow portion as your body, and there is a transparent portion is an energy body, and then there is a demarcated, boundary. And aura is a subtle energy body, you can say, which we can't pick up the frequencies from the eyes. But if you train your third eye, you can pick up the frequencies of your subtle energy body. But not so accurately as this machine can pick it up, because out of all the machines, I chose this machine for a reason. And let's understand first of all this energy field around us. It kind of keep dynamically moving all the time, interacting with one another. Remember, we all live in the same liquid space. That is why sometimes when you meet a nice people, it's kind of expanding, and when you meet somebody who don't like it, it's kind of contracting. But it is dynamic, simple. It's all the time in movement, and it has got a different colors coding. And in a naked eye, we can just pick up a generalized color, an opaque, but this machine can give you an enhanced color so that we can see literally. We can see in an aura implants, pervasive energy like you call drishti or any black magic whatsoever. We can see it. But what I would like to speak about is that this is dynamic. I've already given an example of that we, like a fish in the aquarium, live in a liquid space of energy called the atmosphere, which we can't pick up the frequencies. But what's most important is the chakras. Chakras are the vortexes of energy, wheels, you can say, vortexes or whirlpool like a movement, just like a fan, simple. And like the fan, it has got its petals, different blades, you can call it. It's all the time in movement, and like conically, it is connected to the center of the spine. And the spine is very vital to our physical realm, so it is connected, the cone, the tip end of it is connected to the spine, the soft matters, and it in turn supports the physical realm. So if you keep your aura and chakra in a perfect condition, you have already done enough of your physical realm. That's what the yoga is all about. Yoga system has given us the do's, don'ts, how to live, what to eat, how to think, everything. But we are more stuck to the do's and don'ts, not even fully, but we are not ignoring the fundamental science from where this is based. Okay. Because our country had this before, we are very, very, taken for granted kind of a people. We never researched it. I'm sorry to say the yoga teachers and the yoga masters, even Ayurveda has got incidentally, diligently one simple subject. But I'm saying make this as a main source, then get into the rest of your Ayurveda subject. You will do wonders. Honestly, it is just one subject because I'd been invited to be a visiting lecturer for an aura and chakra demonstration in Ayurvedic college. But I'm saying make this fundamental and then move forward. Coming to the chakras itself, as much as we are 7 chakra system. Now you must understand the chakra is all the time in movement, like a fan. When the fan is in movement, you don't get to see, what it is about. You just get to see a simple energy moving, okay? But it has got a characteristics. As much as the chakras are 7, and it has got each one of it distinctly different characteristics, but there are commonality to it. The commonality characteristics are, it has got a frequency, and it's got a frequency, it has got the sound. When the fan is running, now can you hear some sound now? You can hear the generator running, right? There's motor there. There's also fan there. When the fan is running, you can hear. Similarly, when these chakras are running, there is a distinct sound. There's a speed. There are blades to it, like the petal. We call it petal. We are always, speaking in terms of lotus petals. We don't call it a blade. In a fan, we say blade. And it has got emotion. It has got intelligence, how to function. Which chakra is connected to what, intelligence software, I could call inbuilt software. It has got emotion, as I said. It's also got a certain kind of an information to the organs of our body. That means it is directly connected with your endocrine system. Simple. Okay. So each one of the chakras have got this fundamental basic characteristics. But what is very important for us to know is, if you are looking at the chakra with these characteristics, now I said intelligent, emotion, blades, speed, frequency, and the sound, and it supports the organ. Which one do you think could be a variable factor? By changing that, everything can change. Emotion. Only. Emotion only. If you change the emotion, everything else changes. So, what is an emotion itself? What is the outcome? How did the emotion come from? Where did it come from? Let me tell you. If you are looking at a point of view, if I'm looking at Madam Kanta and I'm looking at her, she's looking at me like this. Suppose I would have had a record back, past records, history, that she's always been looking at me like this, so she's looking at me like this. That perspective of me, the point of view of me at that moment in time, with the reference that I already have, will give me a decision and an opinion and a suffering. Then I will never ever go near her. Got the point? So, our perspective gives rise to our emotion, and emotion gives rise to our action, period. So, you change the perspective, you change everything else. If I have to ask her, like for example, Dr. Kanta, I would go and ask her, ma'am, why were you looking at me like that? Cross-check it. If I cross-check with her, she'll say, listen, there's too much of light on you, so I was just blinking and staring at you. Simple, period. But most of us in life, we go with perspectives like he's bad, she's out to get me, he's in competition, he is in jealousy. So therefore, we have, when the incidents repeat itself and the same kind of a viciousness that we get into, we take a decision that becomes concretized and sits in your chakras. So in a way, I approach chakra reading is not looking at the sizes, at the frequencies of your chakras. It may be large, but I look at whether the chakra is chakra itself. First of all, is it symmetrical? Second of all, whether any blocks are there, because it is recorded there. And I just use my clairvoyance ability, I get into their body, the life, then I look at and receive those information which is so accurate, only that person can confirm, yes, what you said is right. Okay, I prompt them. I'm not making a statement, judgment, opinion. I'm just prompting them, in this age to in this age, this should have happened. Okay, when you say that and then you confirm it, yes, it happened, and then we will see why did it happen, and I give them a new perspective look at, and then they take it forward and to release it. And the only virtue is forgiveness. Okay, so now looking at the chakras itself. So coming from that approach, so you can call my chakra reading like emotional block reading. So whatever yesterday I told you about the contract that the project earth visit that we have come to, knowing whatever we wanted to do with a purpose, but we have forgotten and living like genies. Another side of it is we also are seekers. We keep on finding, is this all? There should be something. When you're down in the lurch, when we are suffering, when we are achieved, is this all? There should be something more. So we are seekers one side we are all the time, forgotten beings. Okay, so the kind of aura reading that I do is that first of all you'll be given an input on what are those blocks that you might have undergone in life from the time of your conceiving in your mother's womb, and then give you a solution. You are supposed to do it, and then you shall do it like this, because when you do an aura reading, the tissue box is always there, and then you cry, you fret, you complain, and then you go home, and then you will do it, but it loosens up, so it's a transformational, and then you go ahead and live with yourself, you and the one within connect, and miracles happen. That's it. Looking at chakras again, the first chakra we call it Mooladhara, and again don't go by the colors. Individual imprint is there by the colors. Recommended are, because of the frequencies that it is earth connected, is red and indigo and things like that, but don't go by it. It's like the fingerprint. It's very, very individualistic. Your crown chakra may be red in color, your some other chakra may be green in color or yellow in color. Whichever color of the chakra, irrespective of has larger energy, that is the color of your aura. Okay, coming to Mooladhara. Mool ka Aadhar, very simple. It's a Mool ka Aadhar. It's a root. What do you mean by root? Root is a foundation. Having come on planet Earth, we have chosen to be born, and we have chosen these roots, and the roots are nothing but parents. Because we don't have any other reference before that. The only reference is the parents. Where did you come from? I'm born through these parents. That's all we know. They are like the roots of the tree or a plant which is grounded. And the more deeper you're grounded, the more you're stable. Right? And the more you're not grounded to the roots of the father and the mother, the Ardhanari, Adishwari, you can call it Shiva, Parvati. Very simple. Masculine and the feminine. And any of your trouble comes from, if it is emotional, that you are unstable, you allow people to take advantage of you, and then you don't get what you deserve, you don't succeed in life in spite of many failures, and you are not at all stable in your thoughts. As well, the physical realm, like the tailbone and your knee pain and psoriasis, leg twist, accidents, all this, anything below your tailbone is totally Mooladhara. Okay, so if that is perfectly connected, as the root is connected, and you nurture and nourish more and more to your roots and clear those obstacles that you have with your parents, you have done it. Now remember one thing I told you, we choose our parents. Having chosen our parents, do we have to have any complaints about them? But we do have. As we grow up, we are opinionating, I wish my dad has brought me like this, I wish mom did this to me, I shouldn't have done, she's partial, she's taking care of my brother and sister more than me. We always have an opinion about our parents. Now having chosen our parents, now that we know we have chosen our parents, so don't you think it's easier to nurture and nourish and release those small time bickerings and accept it. The more you accept it, the more better. I always give a simple example of the lotus. Everybody knows about the lotus. So beautiful, so good. Lakshmi Kavas. It's so good. We don't even keep in a females here. We always offer it to the god. But then one day the lotus thinks, let me see where I came from. People seems to be admiring me so much. And then it looks at itself. It's dirty. Now, clean water lotus doesn't grow. Now, can the lotus cut it off? How long will it live? That's the game. We always do. We like to cut off our roots, and we think we are capable. Of course, for a while, because you have your own abilities that you have got, you would succeed. But there will be a time, a simple havaka jonka, and you fall. So, the more you're rooted, just like the grass or let's say, look, eucalyptus, not like gulmohar, not like nugekai mara, though it is so medicinal, so good, but the roots are very weak. Most of us live like that too. So I would only say, go back and clear small bickerings, get back, scan your life, because you know it better. It was only your point of view what they should have done to you, or what they shouldn't have done to you. It's nothing to do with them. And you recall and refer to yourself, you as a parent, do you do partiality to your children? No. Do you discriminate? No. Have you done everything best for you? No. So how could your parents do that for you? Got it? Very simple. Your children have chosen you, and you have chosen your parents. So I would only recommend people to scan their life from the beginning until they can get back to their childhood, until today, one by one, and clear it with them, and miracles happen. You'll feel the energy flow. Because due to these small termites and blocks that you have blocked your energy flow. The moment it flows to you, you'll get the stability. Not only that, you'll get the stability to move forward in life. And if Mooladhara is strong, you can face life strong. Very strong. And you'll achieve what you want. You can dream for the sky and you shall get it. Trust me on this. Okay? And then, having said that, we have born off our parents, father and mother. So the next one is Swadhisthana. Swadi means self, sthana means place. Simple. It is all about you. What you think about yourself. What you think the others are thinking about you. What you think that you can do but fail. What you think you shouldn't have done and you got the secret. The guilt, the failures, the opinionation, conclusions and judgmental, everything. Plus your creative energy. That's where the creativity is coming from. You can create, including the sexual life, children production, to your creation of vision, projects, everything. So these two chakras are majorly important for us to deal with life, because most of us are stuck in those two places. Okay, so that's a life story is what we look at in this two. And then we take to the Manipura. Just like Sheshadripuram or any Pura, this is actually community center. It's like the interpersonal relationship that we have. And most of the trouble comes from relating to one another. By the way, we don't have any other human beings to relate to. Human beings are the only ones we relate to. But different relationship. Mother, daughter, husband, father, friend, enemy, lawyer. You name everybody. But the entire world is only interacting with one another. So the Manipura chakra is very, very important, because it is above the navel. And this very primary to your personal health, because if there is a block there, first starts with the gastric, a little bit, acidity, gastric, then pancreas not working, whatever, above your navel. Okay, so this is again interconnected. All the three chakras are grounded to earth. It's for the earth, okay, for living on earth. And the fourth one is Anahata. Anahata. What does it mean? Undestroyable. You cannot destroy the divine one within you, the Atma, the soul, the essence of that which is. And when that is there, you cannot destroy it, the heart. And then that has got its virtue. When there is an undestroyable person here, do you think only here he resides? He resides in every cell of your body. Every cell, and beyond you the hologram, the quantum hologram, everywhere. But yet, here is the sthana we have given to him, like the temple. We have got the entire place, but there is a place called the temple there, right? We have allotted it. And then this is where that we have to be dealing with, because these virtues are unconditional love, compassion, generosity, forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness. Now please tell me, where do you store our worst hurt? दिल में रखा है, कोने में रखा है, बाढ़ा भी नहीं देता लेकिन रखा है, उसको नर्चर कर रहा है. We are relishing, nurturing them with our hatred, remembering them every day, right? He did this to me, she did this to me. Now imagine, if there is a hurt, they cannot exist the divinity. Unconditional love. If there is a pain, there is also no forgiveness. If you forgive, there is love. Unconditional love. Now let's talk about love. What is love itself? Love. Don't you know? Is it only the romance of the girlfriend? Or the wife to be, and after the wife, don't know what is love, L-O-V-E. Maybe it's meant for somebody, or nowadays it has become I love you. Just like that, what do you call, just like to say salutation. But the thing is, a love is ever pervasive. Ever pervasive. And unconditional love means unconditional. You cannot say I love you, but that but is not unconditional. Love is ever pervasive, like the mother's love, irrespective of the baby who lived with love and happiness, and the baby kicks you here and you say laugh and you're happy. When the same boy grows up and he kicks you by not calling up twice, you're upset. It's a divine, it's love is divine. There's no divine love, there's no other love, but there is love, and which is divine and ever pervasive. So if you love conditionally, there's no love at all, it's just a lie. If you love somebody, you would love yourself first and then somebody. First love yourself. If you don't love yourself, whom else would you love? That's all just a statement. So loving yourself is the first thing, and connecting to the one within. And imagine that these are the organs it supports: the lungs, the heart, and the entire thymus it supports. Okay, and now the science has proven beyond. Earlier we thought the mind creates certain kind of a frequency. Now we know much more better, and there's a good institute, Heart Max Institute, which is already working on it. How your heart produces 100 times the energy field more than the mind, the brain. So we are now proven enough, and we are working on it with them. They've also produced certain gadgets. So that's what we have to be looking at: the heart, the unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness. Okay. Then comes Vishuddhi, the throat. The throat, Vishuddhi. Vish is Vishwam, the world. Shuddhi is the purity. Dhi is the dhvani. E. Okay. Now Vishuddhi. Now what do I mean by that? Once upon a time there was nothing. First came the sound. That got created. That created God. God created the world. That's how the Bible starts. Now in our world, Vishuddhi, with the purity of your sound, vocal cord, what is that you create? Matters. Because we go blah, 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 and then we wonder, why don't people understand me? How many of you have to repeat yourself when you're explaining something? I didn't say that, but I said this. God's sake, they got what you actually said. And that's the world that you created. So you cannot make others wrong. But that's the world you created. If you're a generous person, show it in action and words. So this is the which you create: the thyroid, the throat, your teeth, the gums, the tongue, and your ears, and your eyes, and your back. Yeah, all spondylitis. Here it starts. So the entire vital organs, the sensory organs, are governed by Vishuddhi. Okay, very, very important. So what you speak gets created. So shall you be very judicious in speaking what you speak. Don't go blah, blah, blah. At least now, begin to say simple things, keep up your words. Begin to say simple things, keep up your words. Then you will emerge in your world like man of substance, man of word, women of substance. Deliver your promises, simple stuff. The ones which you are given to yourself, first priority. Not ones you are given to others, but it also adds. Okay. Then comes the Agnya. Agnya Chakra is command center. I call it simply CCTV camera. Because what our eyes can't see, how much distance can our eyes see? Limited, right? Without the obstacle also a few meters. But this third eye can see everything beyond. And it will talk in a language which we call it intuition, sixth sense, dream, vision, sense of, gut feelings. We name it all. Because one thing we know for sure, we don't understand the language. because we are so busy, blah, 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 thinking ahead of time, something which may not be important. When this whisper quietly come and knocks you, tells you, wait, don't trust, take it easy, caution. We say, no. We go forward and then we'll go bump and we'll say, aha. We don't hit here. We hit here. We know subconsciously this is the way we made a mistake. So intuition is something that you got to understand, to distinguish, discern. The intelligent is something loud, clear, repeatable, everyday, intelligent, logical. Intuition is something you can't understand, you can't decipher, you get a gut feeling. Whenever that feeling comes, stay back. Listen to it and follow. When you follow your intuition, you can never go wrong. Never, ever. Okay? And then comes the crown chakra. The crown chakra in truly 7,000 petals, they say. They haven't counted it, but they know it is very large. Fundamentally, this is our connection to the universe. Think of yourself as a transformer. Getting in the universal energy, cosmic energy, the source of everything through your crown chakra, and this moves through your chakras. Just imagine as an engineering, the well-oiled gear. It moves through you, comes to your bhumi, and through your tailbone, it moves up and gives energy. Now, does it make sense when I said how creators you are? Because probably, I think, I may be wrong, but I propose, we are fundamentally here to create that energy called love. Because only on earth we can create that love, unconditional love. So the more you live in love, the more energy you get to the bhumi and you get to the universe, so-called God. Okay, so that's the fundamental approach to Aura Chakra which I have. So when we read it, I always tell people to connect to the one within. As well, I want to mention here, our energy field, which is so large, it can be expanded, it can be, as I said, you can expand by will, you can practice breath exercise and expand from the heart at will. You can go up to any area possible. And normally I do an exercise in which as I'm rising up and expanding my energy, it will be like the bhumi is below my, tailbone, and then I could see it energizing the entire earth. All of us can do that, because what individually we can impact, we can collectively impact too. And then there are 2-3 people in the world. HeartMax Institute is somebody. They are experimenting that every thought, every feeling of ours, because the thoughts and the feeling combined together is a language which impacts the field, impacts the body. Okay, so they are studying by putting up satellites all across the globe, and to see 24/7 they read the rhythms, the harmonics of what's happening in that part of the world. They can predict clearly if there is a calamity happening, is there any beautiful energy coming up, is there any fundamental natural disaster happening. They will know it, because every thoughts, every feeling, we send it out, it remains in the field, what we call noosphere detection, and they have got the satellites which are detecting, and they are working. In fact, he was one of the speakers was supposed to come award, but he's not coming next year. I'm planning to invite him, because it's a beautiful experiment to a couple doing this. Amazing. And I showed you one picture yesterday when they were meditating, the whole field went up like that. The field was visible in that aura machine, but this is something more intricate, more profound, the kind of experiment they're doing. They're not funded, it's self-funded, so all of us have to be contributing some way or the other. It may interest you. Google the HeartMax Institute, you will find them. They also got some gadgets, okay? Now coming to the aura chakra itself, I said something to you. One is that I'll give you simple exercises to do. One, fundamentally, scan your life. I only say scan your life. The story is written by you. of given by your perspective and experiences that you had. Scan your life deep down from the childhood and go back into that time when you are able to see the scenes, the people connected, the feeling coming up, and then the opinions that you had, the emotions flowing through you. Do all that until today, one by one, mother and father separately, and then all that you got to be saying is, Ma or Papa, that today I forgive you. In our culture, we don't talk to parents forgiveness. We only ask forgiveness. But I'm saying, please forgive them for what they did, because they are your first coach and you have chosen them for your target purpose on planet to fulfill. And they were your perfect coach. Even as a coach, they might have been very nasty, they would have been whatever, but they produced a great player. Remember that. Got it? All the challenges. Because prior to our coming, this is hypothesis, I say that we might have told them, Dad, would you come on earth, be my dad, and bring me up like this? We would have told them what challenges they have to throw at us. So therefore, recall all of this and forgive them. Tell them, Dad, Ma, I forgive you for all that I just said. And then thank them for giving you the facility to come on earth. I'll tell you guys, you wouldn't get a chance again. There are millions of them waiting to come on planet Earth. That too in India, 1/3 of them come, and that too in Bangalore and the places that you're born specifically. So tell them thank you, thank you, thank you. And Dad, you must tell them, because the first approach we may have to have done only to Dad, because the dads are the seed producers and they have to say yes, only then you shall be born. The women are only the receiver, nurturer, nourisher, then deliver, then nurture, nourish, and ever after. So it's a dad whose job is to produce that seed, and that's why thank you. Tell them. And if you haven't hugged your dad for a long time, you haven't connected, do that. Please do that and miracle happen. Okay? That's for your dad and mom. And for yourself, I'll give you a simple one. Touch yourself, because the cells are alive, you're not dead yet. So touch your cells, touch your hand, because it's the only physical realm. When you love somebody, what you say? Don't you do that? I love you. So similarly, do it for yourself. Touch yourself every often and tell yourself, send that information. Instead saying, I wish I was taller, I wish I was fairer, I wish I had this personality, I wish I hadn't done. No. Don't opinionate you. You don't have any choice, ma'am. Boys and guys, you only have this lifetime. I truly believe, I'm sorry if there are past life therapist. I don't know about the past Janma. I don't have any evidence about it. I don't know about the future Janma, and for which I'm working very hard. Please, let's work hard for today and now, this moment. That's it. That's the only reality. Now I'm alive in front of you and connected. That's all it is. Next moment, I don't know. So therefore, this moment is the one that you got to be living with, connecting to yourself first thing first. And the morning meditation, you spending 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes will make a huge difference. And the way I do it is very, very simple. As I said, oversimplify things. Simple, early morning, the moment I wake up, I connect with the one within me. How do you connect? He never went away, for God's sake. He's always there. Whenever you're in trouble, you look up and tell him, hi, why did you do this to me? He'll say, look at yourself, I'm there. Correct? He won't give you an answer. It happened to me once. I was riding a two-wheeler and I was in financial crisis. As usual, I looked up and I said, God, do something about it. He said, listen, I didn't make money. The human beings who made money. Look around. Don't look up. Honestly, this is an internal dialogue that I always have with myself. And so the simple way to connect, the moment you wake up, you tell to the divine. I call him Divine One Within. Divine One Within. And I call it short form D for divine, O for one, W for within. So Tao also sounds like love. Okay. So Tao, I tell my Tao, I had forgotten, but you know what's my purpose. So the next 24 hours is fresh. take over. I surrender. And I look through my eyes, feel through me, think through me, take me where you want. Right time, right place. And get your job done having manifested in my form. And apart from that, I've issued a check. Please pass it. I've started this conference. Do something. Madam, do you know who manifested you? By the way, she funded the whole conference along with my daughter's company, this entire conference. And it's not that. I'm telling them it's possible. You just do that, and I'll tell you, at the end of the day, you'll be left with, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'll tell you what, from this here, this is very camouflage. Get off this. Think from here. This is limited. I call it a software preloaded. If anything comes new, first you reject. No. Because it doesn't suit you. Just like a new software you put in this. It won't. It will not take. Don't go by it. Go by this. Okay? This will show you the way. If you are somebody, you would always plan this year now, I produce 1 crore. Next plan will be this. But tell me, we make a biggest mistake by planning. You should plan. But then surrender the plan to him. He'll find the appropriateness of it. Okay, because you have a limited resources, thinking, experiences, but he is everywhere, and you just leave it to him, and then he shall do it. My being an ambassador or a leader or a pioneer in quantum energy medicine in this country and get connected to everybody. Do you think Rita Mahajan, a surgical instrument commerce graduate, could have done it? Please excuse me. No. Who did it is the one within. Is connected all the time. He'll pick up the right people, right time. And he'll send it to you. All that you need to is, should I have to go forward? He'll tell you yes or a no, and you can go forward. Be available to him to guide you. Let go of your ego identity known zone. Get into the unknown zone of your potentiality as you, as a divine being in the human manifestation who is much more potential, multidimensional, beyond your own thought and vision. Got it? That's what you have to connect to, okay? And I've given you a broad-based what we do, but what you can do with your aura reading, and I do it for different purposes. When I prompt somebody to do an aura, not because I really want to make money, which I would love to, but I would prompt them when I can't decipher, what is the reason for which this person's ill health. Then I will look at it. If I could decipher it, I don't ask them. But people approach me for different reasons. Childless couple, failed IVFs, blood cancer detected and devastated, and brain tumor, and promotion not getting many times, failing in the job, failing multiple times in many reasons. Also for spiritual growth, people approach me. Okay? Dr. Amit, come here for a minute. Angle is very important. It comes with a preloaded number. I pay $500 for that. Once that is getting over, I buy it. And why I use this, why I can't compromise with the 35,000 rupees one, 1,30,000 one, because I don't do that kind of a work. I truly trust in the guy who had put in, Guy Coggins is his name, and he is in Redwood City, and he has invested 35 years of his life along with the former director of HP to produce this software. And I have to say thank you, because that we always believed we didn't have the accurate system. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about this. Put this. Isko dal do bhaiya. Come. Quickly you have to come this side. So I'm going to write his name. Yeah. Ring निकालो left hand का. कितने ring डालोगे? Okay. Now I'm taking his aura. I've just keyed in his name. That's all. And now it is detecting. So it's right. taking little time. So I'm not going to take a PDF. I'll take it later. But this is an aura session. If I start, I can simply take his report in 1 minute and I can save it. But now this is in live. Okay. Now I wanted to see his chakras. I wanted you to watch these chakras moving. Okay. I've started a live session. Is it red in color? His aura. My system is little slow. Wait. Let me see. I can save it. So this is what it has come up. I'm going to save his file. Then I'm going to look at it and show you. I'm not going to share all about you. Okay, I'm just going to show them. That's all. Okay, but reading I'll do it later. But I wanted to show them. Don't mind my showing them. Don't mind my showing them your aura. Okay, चलेगा ना? हाँ. दौड़ेगा बोलना चाहिए ना. Give me 10 lakhs. Bihari. Okay, now I've saved it. That's okay. Done. ये निकालो. अब बैठ जाओ अभी. Thank you. So this is my first page. Anger is bad. Okay, this is your head in the middle, and then there's an energy field over there. This person's is very red. There are many reasons why it could be red through my experience of 10,000 auras or so. It is one is that if he has got any family god, guru, some kind of blessings or some kind of an effect, which has come from buzurgon se pehle ancestors se aaya hua hai, some kind of an energy, that is how it will be read. One, or is fundamentally an angry person, one of the two. Okay, he's like a fire, don't touch me, don't come near me, don't share anything with me, that kind. And if you're seeing his chakras are very good, almost, and then the chakras are chakras. Got it? But here we also get to see there is definitely an effect of the other energy. It could be a blessing of a guru. And in this, can you put off the light please for a minute? Yeah. If you are seeing, if you can see it, there's a gray matter around it. Can you see it? Yeah. Come this side. Syed, come this side. थोड़ी सी इस तरफ आ जाओ. इधर से आ जाओ. कोई बात नहीं. इधर से आ जाओ. Okay. Or if you are seeing that also his head, so he's confused most of the time and not having clarity, because if you see the whole gray area, and also the entire aura is covered, something like you're covering the entire light, a beautiful red light with a parda, with a veil. How would it be? So he's not able to fulfill all his dreams. Now this is generalized, but the system also shows me your personal average main color is intense red, and the meaning of it is also in page number 6. It will give you entire characteristics of this person, and okay, and it will also give you where right, left, emotional center, communication, all that. It also give an interpretation, one chakra after the other. So his crown chakra is red in color. The meaning is given here that you may be experiencing one of several things. You may be feeling stressed at the moment, all that. and it very nice stuff. I'll tell you, it's very empowering. The right side of the aura, the body, is indicating towards how you present yourself into the world, how the world is looking at you. And this is how he looks. He's like, stop, don't come near me. Few friends, not too many people, very secluded, correct? अकेले रहने की कोशिश करते हो ना हमेशा, ठीक है. On the left side of the aura is indicating towards the immediate future. In this case, he has to work on certain imbalances that he has got. He has to have caution before he takes the leap, okay? And then the throat chakra also, जब बात करते हैं तो बहुत ही समय हमेशा से थोड़ा कड़क बोलते हैं, गुस्सा करते हैं. The red is the color of the throat, and the heart is also like very pained, passionate, of course, a lot of passion, lot of just to go, but unable to move, because even there's so much of power there and not able to channel it, it could be a problem. And it will also show me where I look at this is generalized information to understand the aura and chakra and the color and its interpretation. But I go directly. This also shows me which planet, what you're resonating more with. I go straight away to each of the chakra. Now, if you're looking at his Muladhara is fairly good. The energy level is 75%, but it has got certain blocks. If you can get to see that brownish color, and if we could see in this monitor, I could see every line, every age. I'm sure that I can talk to him. That his childhood were very different. Probably he didn't live with his parents or whatsoever. So, and from till today, that we are able to see. The reasons why he is in this condition. Swadhisthana is very good, self-respect बहुत अच्छा है, and he has to take it. Now this is also fairly good energy, 60%. It shouldn't be more than 50-55% perfect symmetry. If it is 190, it is counterproductive, okay? And then the way we do chakra reading, chakras, is sometimes be induced with crystals and all that. Now imagine one thing before you do anything with chakra externally. Remember, if there is a kachada in your chakra and you're trying to induce more power in it, thinking it will go larger, with that kachada it will grow larger. Don't even intervene that. So, and don't even go until you see your chakras and its condition into kundalini, because you'll go bonkers. It will go here only, kind of spread out, and you can go bonkers. Just be judicious into looking at your chakras before you do any of these systems of working with chakras, okay? You can simply do Bij Mantra, but more than anything, you can come from within to correct. We are not doing anything to correct the chakra, please. Chakra is a result of your life, your attitude, your opinions, your judgment. It's not about something crystal and this and that. It's all external factors. So go from within and cleanse up from within. Your chakras will come back to normal. And then coming to your Manipura is very good. If he tells he is somebody you can be friend with, he will stand by his word. है कि नहीं? जब आप बोल दोगे ना मैं करूँगा तो करोगे ज़रूर, करेक्ट ना? तो आपके साथ रहना मेरे लिए फ़ायदेमंद होगा. और दिल जो है बहुत साफ़ है, जेनरस है, कंपैशनेट है, बहुत अच्छा है, ओके? सो and then there is also beautiful, he speaks, but judiciously. When he speaks, he creates something. That's why he's a man of his word, so you can trust him when you want to do business. And then there's Agnya Chakra, very good, intuitive person, and crown chakra. Let's see the crown chakra. Perfect, 60%. And see the symmetry. It's so beautiful, okay? So his connection with the divinity is already taken. I must tell you here, take a few minutes, Manjula. There are people so-called enlightened and so-called achieved, and they're so-called gurus and empires. I've seen their auras and chakras are bonkers, trust me. And there are people who are simple electricians, simple men, and they are very simplistic in their living and attitude. Their chakras are very beautiful, okay? So that's what matters, okay? Now I also see your chakra, your aura measurement here in this circle here. And he is between 40 and 60, so this is in feet. So the radius is about 50 feet, almost touching 60 feet. Imagine this kind of a gazebo 6 times, front, back, up and down. That large is his aura. So when that large is your aura, this is average, and it's very strong also. The periphery of his aura is very, very strong, almost 10 feet. So nobody can kind of, and if he's put at stoplight, don't approach me, nobody can approach him. You get that? And if we let go, and then people can approach. So this is a thing. And then I also see one thing very interesting for me is, we have seen is the crown chakra is 60%, right? The crown chakra indicates the Paramatma, the universe, the consciousness. We should see in this how much of it is allowing it to happen. Amit ji, आपके ये चक्रा में जो body, mind, soul का जो है ना, spirit is Paramatma, soul is the Atman, that is a part of Paramatma, and the body is you. Okay, so in your case, इतने आशीर्वाद के बावजूद, आपके attitude के बावजूद, you don't allow the divine to intervene. हमेशा आप बोलते हो मेरे को कुछ करना चाहिए इसको बदलने के लिए, आप वो सरेंडर कभी नहीं किया. बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू सरेंडर टू द डिविनिटी, द within and outside, the soul contract of so called your challenges, I don't call it karma, the challenges can be negated the moment you surrender, because the Atman is a part of the Paramatman. When you surrender, you are everywhere, everything, and your personality, the ego, the identity comes to negligible 10-20%. When it comes to 10-20%, your life works. Okay, so this purple portion should be more than your thing. So it's knowing that crown chakra is large does not mean you have got lot of ashirvad. It means you have got lot of ashirvad, you have got connectivity, but you don't trust him. Simple. You get my point? So surrender is the game. This is how I do an aura and chakra. There are 5 systems in this. This is the best system I use, Aura Star it is called. There's also internal organ checking, which like the BioWell camera, Killian camera, you can see the checkup. You can do a live video, you can do 3-dimensional. I don't use any of them because it takes away the dongle number, and I have to buy the dongle every time. I can show you what is the dongle is about. If you see it here, it is 1686. So as I do an aura, it will keep reducing. Every time I open this and shut it out and leave 4 or numbers I leave. Suppose I do a video, I'm healing you, and I can take a video, I can show you the exchange of energy between me and you and the changes happening in your body live. But then it will take 5 minutes, means 25-30 numbers will go. So nobody can pay me that kind of money, you see. So because it's expensive. So I don't do videos until for experimentation and research, but otherwise I just do this kind of an aura reading, and I give a PDF format, give a email. Okay. I really rushed this up. I hope I've delivered, and you'll have a lot more questions. Thank you. 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Or obstacles and challenges and blocks. Until you have learned those lessons and you're ready to move forward in life, don't. So you keep in connecting to the one within. Tell him I need to move forward, and he shall show you the path. Otherwise, there are people who paid, don't show up for the appointment. Honestly, okay? It's not only, this is another way I support people into quick and clear, and then they can move out in life. Diseases can be released. I've done one, lung, lymph nodes. You can begin. Come. Put the chairs for the panel discussion or next. I want to show, we have been doing this in the lab, the sound, the frequency. Like we say the frequency like 528, 427, 82 or 1000, the frequencies that we talk about, hertz, and our chakras has also got fundamentally those. And if you know anything about Fibonacci, the golden mean ratio, our chakras also functioning like that perfectly. If you keep that functioning perfectly, you have done it. But again, please don't do anything external. This is my recommendation. Do it from internal, and then you follow whatever. But don't even go by Kundalini and things like that, because I really don't recommend Kundalini, because Kundalini is meant, the day you activate your Kundalini, the earth energies are merging with the universe energy called the Shiva and the Shakti. Shakti is feminine and the earth is feminine. So you will only merge with the Shiva when you're ready for it. Just because you can make money, manifest money, all this bonkers, please don't fall prey to it. Don't activate Kundalini because you want to make a materialistic growth. The day you actually activate Kundalini, you can live like a yogi. You think and it manifests. And then you can do many ways, not necessarily Kundalini. The day you merge, you shall simply leave. That's it. In physical manifestation is not needed. So don't go by this mumbo jumbo claims about Kundalini and for materialistic growth, Lakshmi and all that. Please, health issues happen. Okay? You're ready to go, please go with the body just like Jesus Christ. Take this body away. Mantras, you can always chant mantras as sound. I wanted to show you, that is the video I wanted to show you. Mantras are always a sound, and how I told you yesterday, that's why quickly 2 minutes, Mamanjula. And I told you, if you allow the sound to permeate through your body, what happens? This is a female pitch together. You don't have to go to Himalayas. Please don't go. It will get corrupted. Be here among the people, among us, with the chaotic of situation. Be a yogi. Simple, okay? And follow whatever methods, but be committed to your personal spiritual growth more than anything, because that's all we are here for. You guys have got time? All the time in the world. Thank you so much. Manjula, I want to show them another video. Yes, I'm going to make it. Give me the sound, please. 1 minute.
Music comes out of your speakers and enters the room. The sounds fill the space in the room, and it begins to create a presence. Waves of sound, pulsations, modulations, and rhythms fill the room with a subtle yet tangible vibration that can be felt and perceived with your awareness. Most people experience music as something that is happening outside of themselves. Direct your attention to become aware of the subtle vibrations of sound just beyond the physical body. Let yourself start to feel the music entering your body, establishing resonance first with your skin, and then with all the tissues, organs, muscles, and bones, all the way to the cellular, DNA, and quantum levels. Completely immerse yourself in sound. Then finally, let go into the sound. Relax deeply, release tension in your body, and float away with the sounds. Become one with the music. Become one with all of life. Move into a higher state of flow.
So when you become the sound itself in your realm of pure energy, 99.999%, you can shape shift. You can shift the shape. You can be. You can have multidimensional existence. Only the sound therapy itself can move people, you know. So how many of you have noticed you look different in different pictures? All
feeling in our hearts.
This is a China.
We're creating electrical and magnetic waves inside of our bodies that extend beyond our bodies into the world around us. And what's so interesting is the research shows that those waves extend not just 1 meter or 2 meters, many, many kilometers beyond where our heart physically resides. So right now in this room is having an effect on Italy beyond this building, beyond these walls. And you'll see this afternoon when many, many people get together with one feeling, many hearts come together and create one feeling, it can change the world, and you'll see just how much. But it's only a miracle until we understand the science. Then it's no longer a miracle, it becomes a technology, a powerful internal technology. So this film was created in a medicineless hospital in Beijing, China. Medicineless hospital, no medicine hospital. I like that hospital. This film shows a woman who has been diagnosed with a cancer in her bladder. a 3-inch diameter cancer in her bladder, and Western doctors say they can do nothing. They say, we can't help you. So she has gone to a clinic in China where they think differently, and they apply the technology from the ancient wisdom that is the same as the science that we just saw. So what you will see is this. There are 3 practitioners, 3 people trained to feel just the right feeling, the precise, correct feeling in their hearts. They create the feeling as if the woman is already healed. They create the feeling as if the woman is already healed. Now, we will look inside of her body through a sonogram, through ultrasound. We can look into her body and we can watch her cancer disappear in 3 minutes in the presence of the language that heals. Does that make sense? Are you okay with that? Does that make sense? Would you like to see that? Okay, good. So what you will see is the woman is awake, she is conscious, she has no anesthetic, she believes in the process, she believes in what is happening. And there are 3 practitioners who are trained to create the feeling in their bodies as if the woman is already healed. And then on the computer screen, we will see 2 images. One image is before the healing, and one image is actual time, real time, so we can see the healing happen. And while the healing is happening, you will hear the practitioners chant a word. And I want you to know there is no magic in the word. It could be any word. But this word is the word that they have chosen that reinforces for them, that tells them the feeling. So they agreed that this is the word that would create the feeling for them. But it could be any word. I want you to know that. So I'm explaining this now, and we'll explain it again as we go through the film.
Over 8 years, the center has successfully treated more than 180 types of illnesses, including bladder cancer.
看到了没有？就是在这个膀胱三角处的左侧，和一个压壶，这么一个。发气，各位老师，咱们一块用力量发气。
遥控的听人声，哗哗哗，散散哗散哗散哗散哗散哗散，晓得吧？哗散哗对散哗散哗散，看那个看得下去，学习放松。人家想了一下就彻底散松，你放松啊，老师在这儿散散给我听一听散哗。散哗散哗散哗散哗散，小了，站住！好，散哗散，没了没了没了没了没了没了没了没了没了，大家哗散没了，好没了没了没了没了，哗散没了没了没了没了没了没了没了，散散散散散散，消除场散没了没了没了没了没了，把场打破没了没了没了。 我还能看出来，这是。
A very system. This is a very earlier one. It's almost, I've taken it in 2013-14, and then now it's big time hospital, medicine less hospital. They use the feeling, that's the language I told you about, the intention that they create a future that this woman is not cancerous or rather healthy. You get that? That's what you come from. And then you create this sound. Sound is, as he said, it's immaterial, but the matter moves. Okay, this is a very functional hospital in Beijing, China. Okay, how you like that? So when I began my professional work in 2011, I had one of my vision is we should have an hospital like this. So I'm going to close this. So this is one of the subject matters that I wanted to talk to you about, and then wanted to show you what is possible. Okay. Want more? Dil mange more? Dil mange more? Time mange more? Okay, one last one. Okay, one last one. I cut short that video because I have a program.
Most people know what it feels like to be in a state of harmony and flow, where our hearts and minds are working together, and there's a genuine connection with others involved. It's easy to love this experience of synergy, but oftentimes this happens by chance, rather than by design or intention. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to produce this flow on demand in our day-to-day communications, projects, and challenges? Research shows that when we shift into a coherent state, the heart and brain operate synergistically, like two systems that mesh into one. We can learn how to activate and sustain the synergy between the heart and brain and prevent stress-producing patterns, along with increasing our mental clarity and discernment capacity. When we do this, our creative solutions for personal, social, and global challenges become more accessible, providing us with more intuitive access and flow. Over the past 20 years, the Institute of Heart Math has produced coherence-building techniques that are intentionally simple and based on scientific research. Our mission theme is to simplify a process for intuitive connection to the soul's wisdom and guidance for unfolding who we truly are. New research suggests that our energetic or spiritual heart is an access point for our natural inner technology, the heart's intuitive intelligence, which can elevate our communications, decisions, and choices to a much higher level of effectiveness. One interesting finding from our research is that when people hold genuine core heart feelings such as appreciation or compassion, it naturally increases their heart coherence. We use the term energetics to refer to the systems that we can't see or touch. For example, our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions. The mind and heart feelings are energetic sources that underlie our thoughts and emotions. They're primary drivers of our biological systems and have a powerful influence on our behaviors, choices, and results. The intuitive, energetic heart is what people have associated with their inner voice throughout history. From our perspective, the energetic heart communicates a steady stream of intuitive information to the mind and brain, which in most cases we only use a small percentage of, because our ego choices overrides the intuitive suggestion. Access to our heart's intuition varies among people, yet we all have it. As we learn to slow down our mind and attune to our deeper heart feelings, our natural intuitive connection can occur. Intuition is like energetic gold. Intuitive insights often unfold more understanding of ourselves, others, issues, and life than years of accumulated knowledge. That's why the state of coherence is rapidly gaining interest. In this state, more and more people are reporting increased access to their heart's intuitive guidance, realizing it's within them, and with a little practice, it's easier to access than they thought. Research conducted in our laboratories has confirmed that when an individual is in heart coherence, the heart radiates a more coherent electromagnetic energy field that can benefit people animals, and the environment. A growing body of scientific evidence suggests that when there is coherent group cooperation, it results in increased flow, effectiveness, and the potential for higher outcomes. It seems as though the group participants are not only in sync, but are communicating on an unseen, energetic level. Our personal coherence can benefit our families, co-workers, friends, pets, and more, simply by our presence. From our research, we know that heart coherence is not an idle state. It reaches out, it influences and supports others in many beneficial ways. Scientific evidence provides support for a global field environment that connects all living systems and consciousness. Many scientists believe that a feedback loop exists between all humans and the Earth's energetic systems. We are working together with other initiatives to realize the increased effectiveness of collective intention and cooperation. There are growing numbers of organizations with tools and techniques that facilitate increased heart connection and collaboration with others. This evolves into a collective opening of the heart, which is a major step towards increasing social and global coherence. We call this heart-based living. IHM, through its Global Coherence Initiative project, is strategically placing 14 sensors around the world to measure the Earth's magnetic resonance. This global network will enable our scientific inquiry into the interconnections between the Earth's magnetic field and collective human emotions and behaviors. Science has shown that the Earth's magnetic field affects humans in profound ways, but our intention is to study how humans, as a collective, affect the Earth's magnetic field environment. Every individual's energy contributes to the global field environment, and each person's thoughts, emotions, and intentions affects the field. A first step in increasing the coherence of the field environment is for each individual to take responsibility for their own energy. We can do this by becoming more conscious of the thoughts, feelings, and attitudes that we are feeding the field each day. Our hypothesis is that as enough individuals increase their heart coherence, it leads to increased social coherence. As a critical mass of cultures and nations become more harmoniously aligned, this can eventually lead to increased global coherence and sustainable peace. Doc Childre, the founder of HeartMath, puts it this way: as more of humanity practices heart-based living, it will qualify the rite of passage into the next level of consciousness. Using our heart's intuitive guidance will become common sense based on practical intelligence.
The vision of creating a disease-free planet Earth begin from oneself. Simple. And if you begin from oneself, we have reached what is needed, more than worried about small materialistic things and for a short-term gain. Okay? With that, I think we are going to get on to the panel discussion.